Under the Cherry Moon, a follow-up of Prince's iconic Purple Rain. Under the Cherry Moon, released 1986. Prince is a gigolo, which is AKA a playboy, AKA and he goes over to Paris or France, over to Europe. Him and his homeboy, Tricky, they have all the clothes, the jewelry, the cars, and they usually get these means of lifestyle by tricking middle-aged white women, sugar mamas is what they call them, sugar mamas out the money. So, yeah, these brothers is crazy, dog. Chris and Tricky, use their bodies, use their intellect, and use their charm to get around. So Prince is in a tub playing Battleship with his homeboy just sitting right beside him reading a newspaper. I'm like, what type of friendship y'all got? However y'all get down, y'all get down. We listen, we don't judge. Tricky is throwing rose petals in the tub while he lathering up. I'm like, what is going on? But while Tricky is reading a newspaper, he reads that this girl who's about to turn 21 is having a big party, and she is the daughter of this aristocrat, this millionaire, has millions. And so they're like, well, that's the next play. We're going to try to see. They're very arrogant. Like, to read in the newspaper that this girl about to turn 21, and they automatically go, oh, I bet she got a trust fund. Oh, you know what? We need to figure out how to get that money. It's like, damn. Y'all very ambitious, I'll give you that. Like, the arrogance of y'all to believe that y'all can get this white girl money. There was this one line during this scene, so I said, that's intriguing.
Father owns half the ships on the Mediterranean. He's got to be worth $1 billion easy. He done kicked $1 billion asses to get it, too.
I think they were trying to give a message in this movie, but we'll get to that at the end. They pull up. Prince and Tricky pull up on this 21-year-old's birthday party, which, by the way, the 21-year-old started off the party
in the nude, bucket naked. Wasn't no shame in them walking around bucket naked.
Her own party, which it kind of looked like the Met Gala. It looked very boring and pretentious, and I sure wouldn't want to have been there. So I kind of don't blame her for trying to do something to spice it out. Yeah, she starts off by exposing herself to the whole entire people at the party. I'm like, oh, she off that cocaina. She in love with the cocoa. She off that nose candy. Okay, I see the play. What's this, the 80s again? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Girls just wanna have fun. Oh, girls wanna have fun. Yeah, I know what you're doing. We listen, we don't judge. Then, after exposing herself to the world, she plays the drums. I said, what is going on? She plays the drums. Then Prince walks in, or struts in, glides in. And Prince, has a suit with the back cut out. I'm like, of course he does. And he's giving a Little Richard googly eyes again. And now the 21-year-old Mary, who just got done playing the drums for some odd reason, is looking at Prince and telling her friends, hey, keep your eye on that one. I'm like, okay. So then she finally gets dressed, comes back out, and she gets a report by her friends of what Prince and Tricky were doing. I'm sorry, Chris and Tricky were doing. And so they clearly know that Chris and Tricky are trying to finesse, right? They talk to every girl in the party. Like, oh, okay. So we'll get to it. And so Prince eventually, I'm gonna have to call him Prince at this point. Prince eventually goes up to Mary and they chop it up for a little bit. And again, she knows that this man only wants her for her money, but she entertains him. So then Tricky starts a cargo line. I'm like, well, if that's how you get a party started. Let's go. That or electric slide or wobble baby, the wobble baby, wobble. Hey, you gotta, hey, it ain't a party till you do one of the 3 dances, okay? So she's doing the cargo line behind Tricky, and Mary's friends is like, hey, this man, And his homeboy probably try to finesse you, right? Like, what you doing, girl? She's like, I'm just having fun. Relax. Calm down. do. Hey, do. Oh, I'm like, all right. Hey, it's my party, and if I cry, if I want to. And so after that, she gets pulled away from the Congo line, talks to her boyfriend who's not there because he's busy doing whatever. While she's on the phone, Prince is on the couch. He thinks he's Rick James.
Fuck your couch! Darkness is!
He on the couch eating grapes. Talking about, oh yeah, who that your boy? Jonathan? Tell Jonathan I said hi. I said, you don't know this girl, Prince. You are a black man in this rich white girl's house. This could end badly for you. So he has a little banter back and forth with Mary. I'm like, Prince, what is the play here? I'm not understanding, homie. But he winds up getting kicked out. Him and Tricky get kicked out like Jazzy Jeff. Prince winds up going back to One Night Stand's house from the other night, Miss Wellington, which was goddamn hilarious. Because Prince goes to this girl's house and an answer machine comes on. You remember those? Answer machine comes on and the woman's husband gets online like, baby, this is the fifth time I called you now. But what are you doing? He like, you ain't got no man over there, do you? And Prince was hilarious. He was playing the piano because every place he goes has a piano for some reason. He plays the piano like,
I'm sick. Yes.
Yes.
Prince was hilarious throughout this whole entire movie. He was just so charismatic. And so Prince busts down this woman again, knowing that she married, because he's about his money. Remember that. So to get to the next day, Mary feels embarrassed. Oh, I do have to point this out because it was hilarious. As Prince and Tricky were getting kicked out, Prince has a line that said, well, maybe you need to take off that chastity belt so you can breathe a little bit more better. The way he said that, I almost fell out. I said, Prince, you are all right with me. You can scam all these rich people, old white women out their money. You are all right with me. I don't know, it's just so funny. It was so hilarious. It was like, Prince, what are you doing? So, yeah, so the following day, Mary is in her feelings because she's keep talking. You ever been in an argument with somebody? It's like, damn, I should have said that. Damn, I should have said this. You ever been through that? Well, that's what Mary was doing, because she going over the argument again in her head at what kind of comeback she should have had. Mary's father finally comes home the following day after her birthday, and she's like, you could have been here for my birthday? He's like, hey, I gotta make this money, which is code for I got some shy chicks I had to go see. That's basically what it was. And so after that, she's in her feelings. And it's kind of a theme for her. Anytime she gets in her feelings with her dad, she winds up pulling up on Prince, which is interesting. So she pulls up on Prince at his place of work, which he's playing the piano. And they wind up eventually dancing, and they have like this tango. I'm like, okay, you on the clock though, Prince. What you doing? But no, they're having this convo, which I feel like it's supposed to be about capitalism and rich versus poor, but it just kind of came off a little bit goofy to me. That's just me. But they were doing some nice dancing though. And the soundtrack, by the way, the music in this movie was phenomenal. It was immaculate. But Mary's like, what do you want from me? And Prince is like, I want to take you to the moon or whatever. And she was like, who's paying? So it clearly money is the foundation of everything in the movie. Again, I think that's intentional. How money rules everything around me. Cream get the money, dollar bills, y'all. They get to the infamous scene of Record Store, right? Where Prince, garçon! Garçon! Like, sound like Pierre Escalating from All That. I am a 90s baby for real. So he's like, garçon! Writes on a piece of paper, Record Store. And he's asking Mary, what this say? Right? She was like, I don't know what it says. I don't record store. Like, no. It's like, if you want to buy a Sam Cooke album, where do you go? Record store. Like, I did not see any scene of this film outside of this one. I saw this years ago. And it's like, this scene, I think, is the antithesis of this movie. It's like, it's abstract, it's fun, it's entertaining. You don't know where it's going. And there's a reason why this is the most infamous scene from the movie. So, again, I think this is telling a story of, you can have all the millions and billions in the world, but you can't buy culture. There's just certain things you just don't know. So later, right after this, they have the only like real performance Prince does in the movie, which I think probably is where a lot of the criticism comes from this movie. Following Purple Rain, a lot of people thought we were going to get more dancing and performing by Prince. And Prince was like, no. So I could already see after the fact, I can see why the reviews were the way they were. We'll get to that at the end. But this is like the only real performance we get from Prince throughout the entire movie. And they were cold too. They were good. Mary's father comes in, breaks it up, like Frank Mitchell when he pulled up on Moesha at the pajama party. Again, I am a king at this. By the way, Frank Mitchell, possibly the worst father of all time. For all the Moesha fans out there, worst father of all time, right? He was just so overbearing, self-righteous, narcissistic, called his own daughter a hoe because she had a belly piercing. I'm like, Frank, you got a side kid who you calling your nephew that's really your son. You really want to come out here judging peoples? But anyway, hate Frank, don't like Frank. Mary winds up going with a father, and this is where Mary's father is telling his henchmen, keep a lookout for Prince in his dog, because, yeah, we got to keep her away from him, right? And so, of course, as any adolescent, Mary doesn't listen to her father. His father is adamant. Her father is adamant, don't be around them niggas. Stop being around them niggas. I got a good situation going. You about to marry into this rich family. I'm about to get millions and millions of dollars. Like, come on now. And Mary's like, what about my life? What about what I want? I'm a grown adult. Huh? And what happened to my trust fund? Am I supposed to be getting that? Where my money at? Well, I gotta get married now for me to get my money? She's like, I know what's best for you. Like, I could, man, as a child, or even an adult, I hate when a parent tells you, I know what's best for you. I'm like, ugh. But anyway, so she rebels again and pulls up on Prince and Tricky. But right before that, Prince and Tricky clearly are trying to establish, okay, how are we going to get this white girl money? They're still trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to do that? Like, we got to bring her to our world. We got to, And this is where the tension starts to, you start to see the tension between Tricky and Chris, to where it's like, Chris is like, hey, I take care of the relations. I take care of the, sexual relations. You take care of the money. That's how it's always been. That's how it's going to be. And now Tricky's like, but I think Mary feeling me. How about I take care? Like, I take care of her. I could take care of her. And Chris is like, all right, bro, like whatever. So they're starting to sow the seeds, right? So Mary pulls up on Chris and Tricky, and she tricks on them, right? Even though she knew that was the game plan all along, she still tricks on them to get back her father. I'm like, cool. While this is going on, Prince does a 180. And it's like, hey, Tricky. This whole scam we've been doing for some years now and finessing these women out this money. You ever think there's more to life than money? And I was like Tricky in the situation. I'm like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it came out of nowhere. I'm like, where is this coming from? Chris? Mr. Tracy? I'm like, where is this coming from? So he starts having this conversation about, there's more to life than money. How about adventure and love, right? Love. How about love? Doesn't love mean more? I'm like, I don't know where this is coming from, but okay, Chris. And so, eventually, later in the night, Prince and Tricky are supposed to have a night out on the town, right? They just got some new fits, new clothes, jewelry, car, all that, all thanks to Mary, because she's tricking on them for whatever reason. Again, I think probably to get it back on her father. And so they're supposed to have a night out on the town. But before they do that, Prince is like, hey, I need like a couple hours before I can meet up with you. Like, give me a couple hours, right? So this is when Chris and Mary decide they want to go all drag race Grease, start having a race in like this little beach area or whatever. And then they have sexual relations. And so this is where the movie kind of turns for me to where I was kind of confused, because after this scene where they are having sexual relations, both of them start roasting each other, start acting weird. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm not understanding. And so Prince goes to the payphone. You remember those? Goes to the payphone and calls up Mary's house, asks for the father, and was like, yo, Dad, yeah, I got your girl now. I got your daughter now. I own her. I tell her what to do. I control her. Yeah. I'm like, Prince, what's the play here? I'm not understanding like what exactly the goal is here. Like, what are you doing? But like, yeah, I own her now. Yeah, that's all me. Yeah. And the father's like, what the fuck? I know you want to say nigga. But it was, PG-13, he couldn't say that. But you're like, nigga, what you talking about? You got my daughter. Like, I'll kill you, nigga. What you talking about? And so while this is happening, Mary walks into the booth. And I'm thinking, oh, she about to go wild out on Prince because she heard everything that he said. No, the exact opposite happens. She's slamming down on Prince. I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on? Meanwhile, Prince's man's Tricky is pissed off because he got left at the bar, and he knows that Prince went up to meet with Mary. Like, he knows Prince went to meet with Mary because he wants Mary. So now he's being a little jealous little biatch. And so now he's filthy drunk. Prince and Mary pull back up to where Tricky is, and Tricky's sloppy drunk. He's like, hey, I just want my money. I want my money. You know what the deal was. You're supposed to get her for her $50 million trust fund. I'm like, bro, what? Tricky, trickster, trickmeister, what are you doing? So he lets the whole game plan go, and lets it to be known that Prince and Tricky were trying to use her for the money, even though you already kind of knew that. But I think she was stigmatized because you wound up telling her, I love you and all these different things. So, okay, whatever. And so she runs away. Prince is pissed off. Like, Tricky, what the fuck are you doing here? So now Prince got to chase Mary to try to get her back because now he in love. Okay. Mary's father's henchmen, which are the worst henchmen I've ever seen in all the history of. One of them looked like Stan Lee, God rest his soul. One looked like Stan Lee, another one looked like Kojo. Like, just like, where did you get these henchmen from? Like, they don't. I wouldn't have trusted them to put in a light bulb. They're supposed to be the intimidating guys that are supposed to be the protectors of your daughter. So, but they wound up hemming up Tricky. Meanwhile, Prince is chasing Mary, but goes to Miss Wellington's house, the old girl from the one night stand that started the whole thing. And Prince goes to Miss Wellington. Miss Wellington tells Prince, hey, here's a check from a husband. And you're like, huh? And so Prince's Miss Wellington's husband, Isaac, wrote out a check to Prince to basically be like, please stop going knee deep into my woman, kid. Stop doing that, please. I'm like, dog, Isaac, this why you keep losing your woman. This why you keep getting dick from other people, because you're not fighting for you never seen 5 Heartbeats?
I gotta fight every night to prove my love.
Every night I gotta prove my love. You gotta fight for yours. You're not supposed to be giving up money to the side dude so that he stay away. You're supposed to rough him up. You're supposed to beat him with an inch of his life. You don't pay him in 100 thou wow. You pay this man was gonna pay Prince 100 thou wow to get away from his wife. And what does Prince do? This is where they lost me. Prince looks at that check, 100,000, 6 digits, and says, writes on it, F off. I'm like, Prince, what do you do again? What's your line of work? You are a gigolo. That's your whole persona. You're a gigolo. You use women for money. You finesse people out their money. This is the easiest money you ever made. All you gotta do is stay away from Miss Wellington. But now you have this moral ground of like, I'm above this. I don't need this money. I'm like,
man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it.
what? Like, why did you turn down that money? Like, I'm not understanding. So he turns down the money of 100,000, by the way, which in the 80s, if you add inflation, it's probably like 500,000, $500,000. Turns that down because he's worried about Mary. So Miss Wellington winds up telling Prince where Mary is because Mary tells her mom, "Hey, we're going to New York, girl. I'm not with this. I'm not with this no more. We gotta go." And so Prince goes to the airport, picks up Mary. I was like, I want to know what type of speech he about to give. He better give a Dwayne Wayne, different world, baby, please, baby, please, baby, please type of speech, right? You better get on your knees, bro. And he kind of does that, like, I love you, but then kidnaps her. Yeah. And so then I'm like, how is he going to make this up to her? Because she's not in the best of mood. And so he winds up acting very weird and strange and aloof and basically does like reverse psychology on her. Again, she is 21, so, I don't know. No disrespect to the 21-year-old, but, it might be a little naive, easy to manipulate. So it's like, he first says, I love you. Then he says, I hate you. She's like, you don't hate me. I'm like, Mary had a little lamb, fleece was white as snow. Everywhere that Mary meant the lamb was sure to go. Stop being sheep. Don't, like, I'm like, what's going on? So they make up within like 30 seconds. And then they go forth to bump skins again because apparently that's the nature of their relationship. And so I'm like, okay. So then Prince does what he normally does. He leaves a note for Mary and writes this beautiful poem about, rose are red, violets are blue, whatever. Like he normally does. He goes to have a jog or whatever. I'm like, Prince, Mary's people are after you. Why are you having a brisk walk in the middle of the night? Like, people ain't after you. Okay, Prince. Meanwhile, while he's off gallivanting, Tricky escapes the henchmen because they're ass. Like, they weren't good henchmen. Tricky winds up escaping the henchmen and warns Prince, hey, Mary's peoples is after you. You need to get in while the getting is good. And he's like, I gotta get married first. I'm like, nigga, this is not the time to be getting up. Leave that white girl. Go back to Miss Wellington's house, get that $100,000 check and go on. But no, he's racing to get to Mary. So Mary's father and his hitmen wound up catching up to Prince, shoot him, bang! One shot. I guess to the heart, I think. Tricky comes out of nowhere and is like a black mama in church, like, Lord, Jesus, Lord, heaven, Lord, Jesus, Lord, please, Lord, Jesus, Lord, please. He like, please, Lord, anybody but him. Anybody but him. I was like, what? What? He was like, anybody but him. Anybody but him. I'm sorry. I know it's supposed to be emotional. I know it's emotional for some people, but it's just, I'm sorry. It just caught me off guard. So he's in the arms of Mary. Prince is in the arms of Mary. And he's like, we had a good run, didn't we? I'm like, you knew each other for 3 days. What run? So He dies, which we knew that because in the beginning they set it up that he was going to die. And Mary's father pulls up like, hey, there's nothing else we can do now. I'm like, you did it. Yeah. and Mary is very calm. Like I thought she was going to take a knife or a swammy or just poke him or something. Nah, she's like, I gotta go with Chris. Like, Chris is gone, baby. There's nothing for you to go with. But Chris is gone. Mary, like, it was just, that's how the movie ended. Like, okay. So the end of the real ending of the movie is we see Tricky in a new car, new clothes, and he's actually been given money by Mary to have his own apartment complex where he's the landlord, right? Meanwhile, Mary is like, I have to be alone. I'll never experience love like this. Like, you knew him for 3 days, but I'll never have another love like this. Was that Faith Evans? I never know someone show me your love like this before. Yeah, it's like, I'll never experience love again. I have to be alone. I'm like, bro, what are you, like 22 now? Like, stop it. But, so yeah, that's the movie. So, first of all, this was a fun experience. Prince acting in this movie was A1. He was a narcissistic, selfish, unpredictable, funny, goofy, just off the wall character that he was 10 times better in this movie than he was in Purple Rain. Also, Tricky stole the show. He was the MVP of the movie. He was like, he really had the energy of this movie. He was dope as well. And their chemistry, Prince and Jerome, or Chris and Tricky, they really held this movie down together. Like, they truly felt like best friends that would roast each other, hold each other down, all that. Like, they really carried the weight of this movie. So that was dope. Mary played a great brat. She did a phenomenal job of that. I think that's her first acting role as well. Also, the father played a great villain, even though he had a pimple in his forehead that I couldn't stop looking at. Principal Pal. That's all that as well. I got 90s ADD. And so I think everybody, the key players, the characters in this movie play their role to perfection. I do like the addition of it being black and white. It's black, it's white. Yeah. It was black and white, which it made you think that it was from like the 30s or 40s, but the movie was in like current day at the time in the 80s. Yeah, it just had a certain like suave to it at times. The music was great. Like, I love the music throughout the entire movie. Again, it's not like Purple Rain to where he was performing most of the songs. They were just in the background. Sometimes they're a little bit too loud, but the music was great. So I got all that out the way. Now, the criticism I was like, how do people perceive this? I didn't know how to feel. I had to give it a day. I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this movie. So I gave it a day. I started reading up and listening to certain reviews, and there's this great video that chops up like the whole making of this movie. It's a great like hour-long video where everybody involved talks about how they got involved. And actually, originally Prince's girlfriend was actually supposed to be in the movie, but she was so bad that he was like, you know what? I don't want you to be in this movie, but I will marry you. Will you marry me? I'm like, okay. So yeah, it was like Prince really directed and had control basically of this whole entire movie. And it was his vision. What I'm about to say is probably going to piss off a lot of Prince fans, but just know I said in the beginning, I had fun. It was entertaining. But I think the message they were trying to give this movie was lost. I don't think they told the story properly. Because again, I think going back to the conversation that Mary and Prince have when they're dancing on the rooftop or whatever, I think, again, that's supposed to be the foundation of how evil capitalism is and how you have rich versus poor and how your outlook is different, but we're all controlled by money, whether we're rich, whether we're poor, all that. And I just think they didn't do a good enough job of really hitting that home. That's one. Two, the turnaround of Prince going from being a greedy gigolo to deciding love is now what conquers all also wasn't connecting to me because they didn't develop that at all. And 3, I think the biggest flaw is not truly developing the relationship between Prince, Chris, and Mary. That, I think, how they developed that properly, I think the reception, well, I think no matter what, Prince was going to get hate anyway because whatever. But I think the perception of this movie, or at least my viewing of this movie, would be different because to show that whether you're black or white, rich or poor, doesn't matter as long as you love each other, that's all that matters. That I think that's supposed to be what the movie is, but I don't think it does a great job of doing that because the foundation of Chris and Mary's relationship was sex. They had no in-depth conversations. They never talked about where they were from, what their ambitions are, what they want to do in life. Like if you would have had that to where they talk about their passions, their future, what they want to do, all that. If you would have did that throughout the movie, you would have been better off. Like there was this one part to where I think this old black lady just haunted Prince. I'm like, who is she? It's just random. I'm like, what is going on? Like I think there were certain things to where either they cut it out because they didn't have time or whatever, but I think clearly Prince was trying to give a message here, but it just didn't connect all the way for me. Like I understood what you were trying to do, but it just didn't connect. I think, again, if you have Prince and Mary develop their relationship based off getting to truly know each other, even though it was in a short period of time, if you get them to truly know each other and break through the initial whatever they had to now, okay, what do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Do you want to move back to the U.S.? Do you want to go to Africa? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? We never got that. So to me, the relationship was hollow. So Prince turning down $100,000 for Mary doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, what's so special about Mary? You know nothing about her. We haven't established anything about your relationship to know anything about her. Like to me, Chris should have been the vessel for Mary to learn that there's more to life than money. You can't teach culture, right? No matter how much money you have, you can't teach culture. You can't teach certain slang, swag, whatever have you. Certain things you just can't teach. You have to experience it. And for Prince, I think, or Chris, his lesson should have been that life is more than just money. It's about love. It's about vulnerability. It's about true friendship. And I think Mary should have been the person to teach Prince that. But to me, we just never got to that point. So to me, it just, some of the movie kind of was hollow and shallow because it's like we never got to that. But even with that being said, it was still an adult movie. It was fun. I understand the criticism. I think some of them were a little bit too harsh. But I do think it's an adult movie. I do think it was a fun movie. And I will definitely watch it again and again because it's just an entertaining, feel-good movie. It's crazy. Again, it's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah, it's a fun movie. And I definitely go recommend watching this movie if you haven't gone and seen it. Under the Cherry Moon, Prince film, 1986. Let me know how you felt about the movie, your likes, dislikes, how you would grade it. Like, comment, subscribe, show all the things are the things. Ain't gotta go home. Do gotta get to stepping. Peace.
I know gold is not in her. She's a